Hey guys, welcome back to video number insert here because again, I don't know what order I'm uploading these in because I just kind of do them randomly. If you're new here, my name's Ashley. Welcome to my tiny little shit show. Just kidding. But as it says in the title, this video is going to be primarily about my sexuality because I think that's a fun one to get out of the way early on. It seems to be the thing that I get the most questions about, even in my personal relationships, my close personal relationships with people, obviously, who already know me. So I guess I will say a little bit about me coming out. For starters, am I supposed to do this at the beginning? If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I really don't care. It's not that I don't care. It's just, if you like it, like it. If you want to keep coming back, seeing more content, then please subscribe. Yeah. But anyways, the elephant in the room, which is not really the elephant in the room, but something that I get the most questions about is my sexual orientation. I am bisexual. Let's get that out of the way right there. Bisexual does not mean 50-50. It does not mean I have equal preferences for men and women. And it also doesn't mean that I'm attracted to all men and women. So let's just get that out right now because it's my least favorite thing. I remember when I came out in high school, one of my friends, her next question was if I was attracted to her. And when I wasn't, she was like really butthurt about it. And I'm like, right, so just like you, a heterosexual, has your own tastes and preferences, just because you're straight doesn't mean that you like every man that walks by you. It's the same thing over here. I don't know why that's something that I have to say. Granted, that was an experience in high school, but that's still something that I have to explain to people, like, just because. Moving forward. Also, going back to that whole it's not 50-50 thing, I like to say that I have 80-20 preferences, 80% women, 20% men, meaning I genuinely find myself more attracted I find myself more often attracted to women than I am to men. All of my serious relationships have been with women. And yeah, that's not to say that I obviously can't be attracted to men. I definitely can. If I have been attracted to you, if I will be attracted to you in the future, you know? Lucky bunch. Just kidding. Not lucky, but I mean it's definitely a narrower margin. But that's just me. Everybody I think is a little different. There might be some clean-cut 50-50 people. I haven't met any yet. But that's not to say that they don't exist. They probably totally exist. Whatever. I've been out since either sophomore or junior year of high school, like out. I think I was like out junior year, but sophomore year was like me inching. And it was totally a bitch move on my part because I initially started, when I started like talking to girls, it was through apps, shout out to technology. But yeah, when I started talking to girls, such a cornball move. I called it a social experiment. I didn't say that to the girls that I was talking to, obviously, because then nobody would have wanted to talk to me. But like to my friends, like, oh, it's just a social experiment. So fucking lame, just so lame. But you know, then I started dating girls and it clearly was not that. And I think it's one of those things that I kind of always knew. Like when I was younger, I had a fat crush on Prince Eric in The Little Mermaid. Mans was beautiful, Mans is fine. But I also had a fat crush on Ariel, because she's fine too. And I just kind of didn't think that much of it. I think I downplayed a lot of it and just thinking, oh, I'm not attracted to girls, I just think girls are pretty. I'm not attracted to my friends, I just think my friend, you know? But then, you know, you date a little bit, you try some stuff, and you're like, oh, this was the missing link. So yeah, I'm very fortunate to live in a very accepting community, have a really good support system, have really great friends, and my parents and my family, super cool. It's actually funny because I came out to my parents last, like I came out to like all my friends and everything, and the funny part of that is that my dad is gay, and my dad has been out since I was, I want to say I was like in 6th or 7th grade, somewhere around middle school. So it's definitely not a secret. And people always thought that it was so funny that it took me so long to come out to my dad, because it's not like I had a fear of him not being accepting of me. My dad's coming out story is actually, my dad's coming out story to me is actually a lot more interesting than my coming out story. So maybe that's a story I'll tell later on. Maybe he'll be here to tell it with me. He'd probably love that. But yeah, no, people always thought that it was really funny that it took me so long to come out to my dad, because obviously there's not really a fear factor, but it's just one of those things where it's not that I was afraid of anything. It's just kind of an awkward conversation to have with your parents. Just like if I would have been equally awkward to tell them that I had a boyfriend or whatever. It's just like an awkward little like pubescent coming of age thing that you just kind of don't want to, I don't know. But who did I come out to first? My mom or my dad? I think I came out to my mom first. She sang I Kissed a Girl because she thinks that she's hilarious. She still thinks she's hilarious. Hi, Mom. And then she drank Chardonnay. And that was about it. And we've been chilling since. And then I told my dad, and it was a twofer for my parents. I told my parents that I was bi, and that my mom still laughs at me because I came out to her as, I said, I'm a bisexual, like I'm a Republican. And she said that that would have been worse, so we're good. No shade, but shade. But it was a twofer because I came out as bisexual, and I told him that I was dating my best friend at the time, and my dad lost it, like so excited, thrilled. He clapped. I do remember clapping. So yeah, I'd say it went well. Been out comfortably ever since, and that's about it. Yeah, that's my little coming out story. But the main reason why I wanted to make this video is, one, to talk a little bit about, you know, the differences in race, the fact that sexuality is fluid, right? And I understand the need as humans to put labels on things, and I'm not even one of those people who's like, I'm just me. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I think that's a beautiful thing. I don't know why I said that like that. But label or no label, you know, I'm here. I love who I love. I happen to most frequently love women. And that is just kind of the way the cookie crumbled. Doesn't mean that I don't also love men. I think there are some amazing men. I've encountered some really amazing men. Yeah, so I'm just a lover. I'm a lover. But wanted to make this video because I think there's a lot of stigma around being bisexual. I don't think there's a lot of stigma around being bisexual. I know there's a lot of stigma around being bisexual, and it comes from a lot of different places. It comes from girls who like to get drunk and make out with other girls at parties. Can we not do that for male attention? It's 2019, so I would hope that we could throw that away. I don't know that we actually will, but I hope that we can. It also comes from, it can sort of be labeled a stepping stone on your way to coming out as a lesbian. I have quite a few lesbian friends who first identified as bisexual, and there's no shame in that. I understand, whereas you're figuring out your sexuality, that your need to identify it first, you know, you're stepping out of the hetero bubble, so you bisexual, I guess, can be a transition for some people, but for a lot of us, for most of us, it's not. This is who I am, and it's not a phase, it's not a transition, it's not something to be trendy or edgy because, you know, apparently it's in now, but it's just me. It can be hard in relationships, particularly I found when dealing with men. It can be a source of insecurity because for some reason, because I'm bisexual and the pool of competition, you know, doubles, I guess, that it breeds insecurity and more jealousy. And it's like, again, back to what I said at the beginning of this video, just because I'm bisexual does not mean I'm attracted to everything that moves. You still have taste, still very much can be monogamous creatures. That's entirely up to the individual. That has nothing to do with your sexual orientation, how monogamous or non-monogamous you are. Unless you're polyamorous, then it has everything to do with your sexuality. You know what I mean. I would like in 2019 to feel more comfortable being, not even feel more comfortable, but for the stigma around being bisexual to lessen. You know, I've had this scenario where I've dated women who identified as lesbian, and I wasn't gay enough And then I've encountered situations with guys who I thought I really liked, who I thought were really genuine, and then they find out that I'm bisexual, and then I just entirely become this sexual object, and, you know, threesome jokes come up, and you want to know all about my sex life with girls, and it's just really violating and degrading, because I'm still a person, and we're all still people. And also, I'm lucky enough to be a bisexual cisgender female, but stigma around being bisexual as a man, it's 2019. Can we let that shit go? If I can be bisexual and it's fine and it's fetishized, I would rather it not be fetishized, but that is what it is, then it shouldn't be a double standard on the other side where you're less of a man or lying or really on the DL or whatever if you identify as a bisexual man. And the stigma comes both from women and men, from members of the rainbow community and those of us who are not. Like, it comes from all over the place, and we just need to chill the fuck out. Sexuality is fluid. I've learned so much. This should probably be a 2-part video. I think I will make it a 2-part video. I don't know that I'm going to release a second part soon, but I think there's so much more to be said, educating, you know, those of us members of the rainbow community and allies about the stigma around the labels that we give ourselves and the labels that we give one another. So yeah, that's probably a bigger conversation, because I don't want this video to be 25 minutes like some of the others. But my point is, this was just a little peek, I guess. Not a peek, but that was pretty much my coming out story. There's not really much more to that. I think the hardest thing about being a feminine presenting cisgender bisexual woman or lesbian is that it kind of feels like you have to keep coming out. You know, I have to come out to everybody that I meet, because, you know, hetero is the default, and we all know how that feels. And so, you know, in some ways it's always hard to get the, oh, you don't look like you like girls. It's 2019. Granted, we're only a week in, but okay, let's go with it was 2018 and I was still getting shit like that. I don't know what the fuck that looks like anymore, but can we dead that phrase because it's so ugly? It's like so simple. Shit, you don't look like you like girls. What the fuck am I supposed to look like then? And then if you're attracted to a girl who's more masculine presenting, well, why don't you just be with a dude? Because it's that. The whole point is that she's not. Because if I wanted to be with a man, I would be. You see? You see what I'm saying? It's a lot. So there are layers to being feminine presenting, bisexual, African American, cisgender, female. And in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm coming out constantly. So I just thought that it would be good to just get it out there on the channel, because there definitely will be plenty of LGBT topics that are going to come up on here. So I just wanted to establish myself. Don't know why I did this, but I did it. Give you a little bit of a coming out story. I remember I'm ally. I'm here. So again, I drop my social media handles in the description box. If you want to talk, if you want to chat, if you want to share some coming out stories, comment down below. Slide in my DMs, respectfully. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just thought it'd be a good little video to make. Say hello to my fellow rainbow babies, because I love y'all. And that's about it. Any further questions about my sexuality can be directed towards me. I have no problem answering them as long as it's in a respectful way. If you corny niggas, because you guys pollute my DMs, and there will be a video about proper DM etiquette, so watch out for that, because we need to let them know. Yeah, please don't come at me saying crazy, disgusting, degrading things. We already discussed how I feel about that, and that is, she's not here for it. She's not. But if you come to me on some respectful stuff, like you really just want to talk about it, you want to learn, you want to be educated, you want to be open, then I think that's dope. And let's do that here, and let's continue to create a space where people feel safe doing that here and just out in the world. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching another video. I don't know how long-winded this was because you know I get to rambling. But thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, and please like, comment, subscribe, do all that. And I will see you soon. Bye.